friends, welcome back to another story. Oh, I'm so excited that you are here today for story time. In case you didn't know, my name's Miss B, and I'm the creator of this YouTube channel. And please, if you haven't already done so, subscribe below so you can get more Books with Miss B stories every single week. Also, stop by my Instagram page at Books with Miss B, and there you can visit me, message me, let me know what you thought of today's story, and please tell me, what are your favorite stories? Miss B's always adding more and more books to her library, so thank you if you've already messaged me. You guys brighten my day. Today is a book request, but before we get started with today's beautiful, sweet story, I would like for you, my human sitting right there, to lean in super close. You know the drill. Closer. Okay, good. And I'd like for you to listen to this one very, very important thing. And that one very, very, oh so incredibly important thing is that you, yes, I'm talking to you, are absolutely perfect, just the way you are. True story. So please don't try to go and be somebody else. Just be you. Love who you are. Got it? Good. Miss B loves you too, like crazy from the bottom of my heart. So today I am giving a massive Books with Miss B shout out to three sweet, oh so special human beings. And they are Hope, who is 7, Olivia, who is 4, and Abby, who is 2. Miss B says hi. Hi, you guys. Thank you so much for this book request. Your mom sent me a message and said that there were a couple of stories that you were really hoping to hear me read, and I was able to scoop this one up. And please, let me tell you, you guys have very good taste in picture books because this one has the kindest message. And it reminds me of my grandpa, because my grandparents, I used to spend weekends at their house when I was little. We would have sleepovers at my grandparents, and I would learn all kinds of cool things about what it was like back in the day, right? When they were younger, and they introduced me to these certain types of movies that are black and white movies, and I learned who some fancy dancers are, like Fred Astaire and Tony Lee Curtis and Judy Garland. I learned about all of these people that they grew up with and that were in movies and musicals, and so I have very, very, very special memories from when I was little with my grandparents. And so today's story really reminds me of those memories of those times with my grandparents. So I would like to get started. I am shutting your ears off, I'm sorry. So to my sweet friends, Hope, Olivia, and Abby, ladies, I love you like crazy. To their mama, Miss B sends so much thanks and gratitude. Let's get started. You're gonna love this story. It's called Song and Dance Man, and it's written by Karen Ackerman, and the pictures, the illustrations, are done by Gammell. And it says, celebrating 25 years of toe-tapping fun. So this book is 25 years old, and it also has won the Caldecott Medal, which is kind of a big deal in the book world. Let's get started. You're gonna love it. I just know it. Make sure that I found my very first page. This is the grandpa on the title page next to it. And do you guys know what those are called? You don't see people wearing these very often. I know that both of my grandparents, my grandpas, wore these. Do you know what those are called? That's right, suspenders. What do? What's the purpose of suspenders? Yeah, to hold your pants up so they don't fall down, right? All right, let's get started. Grandpa was a song and dance man who once danced on the vaudeville stage. When we visit, he tells us about a time before people watched TV. There was a time, you guys, long ago, when dinosaurs roamed the earth. Just kidding. Back in the good old days, the song and dance days. You see him dancing with his grandkids? Sweet grandpa. Supper in an hour, Grandma calls from the kitchen. I wonder if my tap shoes still fit, Grandpa says with a smile. Then he turns on the light to the attic, and we follow him up the steep wooden steps. Faded posters of Grandpa when he was young hang on the walls. He moves some cardboard boxes and a rack of Grandma's winter dresses out of the way, and we see a dusty brown leather-trimmed trunk in the corner. Kind of cool. As soon as Grandpa opens it, it smells of cedar chips and old things saved that fill the attic. Inside are his shoes with the silver half-moon taps on the toes and heels, bowler hats and top hats and vests with stripes and matching bow ties. We try on the hats and pretend we're dancing on a vaudeville stage where the bright lights twinkle and the piano player nods his head along with the music. I used to love to dress up in my grandma's clothes. She was from Sweden, and in that country she had all these different outfits that she saved that were traditional Swedish costumes, and I loved to put them on. After wiping his shoes with a cloth he calls a chamois. Have you ever heard of a cloth called a chamois? Grandpa puts them on. He tucks small white pads inside the shoes so his corns don't rub, and he turns on the lamps and aims each one down like a spotlight. He sprinkles a little powder on the floor, and it's showtime. We sit on one of Grandpa's woolen blankets, clap our hands, and call out, "Yay, Grandpa!" The song and dance man begins to dance the old soft shoe. His feet move slowly at first, while his tap shoes make soft, slippery sounds like rain on a tin roof. We forget that it's Grandpa dancing, and all we can hear is the silvery tap of 2 feet. And all we can see is a song and dance man gliding across a vaudeville stage. How happy he is. He says, "Watch this," and does a new step that sounds like a woodpecker tapping on a tree. Suddenly, his shoes move faster and he begins to sing. His voice is as round and strong as a canyon echo, and his cheeks get rosy as he sings "Yankee Doodle Boy," a song he knows from the good old days. There are too many dance steps and too many words in the song for us to remember, but the show is better than any show on TV. The song and dance man stops and leans forward with a wink. "What's that in your ear?" he asks, and he pulls a silver dollar out of somebody's hair. A little magic trick. He rolls his bowler hat down his arm, catches it in his hand, and flips it back up onto his head. "Know how to make an elephant float?" he asks. "1 scoop of ice cream, 2 squirts of soda, and 3 scoops of elephant." We've heard that joke before, but the song and dance man slaps his knee and laughs until his eyes water. He tries to wipe them with a red hanky from his vest pocket, but the hanky just gets longer and longer as he pulls it out. He looks so surprised that we start laughing too. And it feels like the whole attic is shaking. Sometimes we laugh so hard the hiccups start, and Grandpa stops to bring us a glass of water from the bathroom. "Drink slow and hold your breath," he says, "or I'll have to scare you." Once our hiccups are gone, he gets a gold-tipped cane and a black silk top hat from the trunk. He lowers his eyes and tips the hat, and he stands very still. All the lights are turned low except one that shines on his polished tap shoes. It's the grand finale. So the song and dance man takes a deep breath. He lifts his cane and holds it in both hands. Slowly, he starts to tap. His shoes move faster and faster, and the sounds coming from them are too many to make with only 2 feet. He spins and jumps into the air, touching the stage again, and he kneels with his arms spread out, and the silk top hat and gold-tipped cane lie side by side at his feet. His shoes are still, and the show is over. I don't know if you've ever seen anybody do a tap dance before, but it's one of the coolest dances, I think, out there to watch. We stand up together and clap our hands, shouting, "Hooray!" and "More!" But Grandpa only smiles and shakes his head, all out of breath. He takes off his tap shoes, wraps them gently in the chamois cloth, and puts them back in the leather-trimmed trunk. He carefully folds his vest and lays the top hat and cane on it, and we follow him to the stairway. It's a lot of magic that just happened up in the attic, isn't it? Grandpa holds on to the rail as we go down the steps. At the bottom, he hugs us, and we tell him we wish we could have seen him dance in the good old days, the song and dance days. He smiles and whispers that he wouldn't trade 1,000,000 good old days for the days he spends with us. But as he turns off the attic light, Grandpa glances back up the stairs, and we wonder how much he really misses that time on the vaudeville stage when he was the song and dance man. The end. I hope you enjoyed this sweet story, The Song and Dance Man. To my friends who requested this book, Hope, Olivia, and Abby, Miss B loves you so much. Thank you for this request. And to all of you sitting there right now who just listened to this story, Miss B loves you too, just as much. If you like this story, you can press the like button, and you can subscribe below. Please subscribe below so you can get more books with Miss B stories every single week. Thank you for joining me today. Until next time, I will see you all soon. Bye. My books with Miss B friends. I have something very important I want you all to know.
Please always remember this.
Remember that it is always
Very, very important to love who you are.
and don't try to be anybody else.
But who you are. Because, in case you didn't know, I'm going to tell you.
Are without a doubt in my mind